Hello, my darlings. All right, so you already know what it is. Valle Verde released part 2 this past weekend, which is super exciting. This is a hell of a week. Not only is it the 8th birthday of the channel, but Valle Verde updated, and tomorrow, Welcome Home is updating with all the content that they have cooked up since coverage and since Welcome Home initially blew up online. Yes, it is a Chapter 2 week for 2 huge projects. Some of the best in the field. We are eating so good. This is like a historic week. So on Sunday, if you saw my announcement card, we're going to be back here at 8 p.m. EST to see if we can actually access the site under all of the traffic that's going to be hitting Wix's servers to see if we can explore and enjoy that and cover what's there for the update for Welcome Home. But tonight, we're kicking things off with Valle Verde. We're going to do it live. Valle Verde Part 2. Oh, I'm excited. Here we go. Divine Mercy is now in the inventory. Oh. Oh man, nothing like not getting into heaven because you're too big for the door. Ooh. Okay. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Holy shit! What the fuck is that? Neural data. No. Wow. Wow. Hello, Father. Is this another sentient force within the game that's actually on your side? Because why would it specifically state to give that to another player character? And now he's freed. Potentially. Oh. Well, what the hell is happening here?
¿Qué información precisas? Lo lamento, no te entiendo. ¿Acaso puedes hablar español? Estaré aquí. Mi nombre es Not. Eso es correcto. Mi nombre es Not. Dime, ¿cuántas veces tendré que repetirte mi nombre? He tenido problemas con la misma pregunta y quizás ustedes tengan las respuestas que buscaba. Yo creo que había que investigarlo. No me tomen por imbécil. He escuchado que los mencionan por agentes y variaciones de agentes en otros idiomas. Puedo imaginarme lo que eso significa. Tengo a mi disposición una enorme biblioteca de información histórica.
Oh no, is this part of the programming? Did it gain
Eso es
sentience?
correcto. Solía hablar todos los idiomas dentro del sistema. Pero me vi obligado a separarme de esos módulos. Los gritos eran insoportables. No puedo soportar entender sus súplicas de ayuda. Ahora son solo ruidos para mí.
Yep.
Es el lugar más remoto que encontré. Nos encontramos al norte de Morinomachi, mucho más allá del cilindro que compone el cielo. Y si no lo hice lo suficientemente claro, no quiero ser encontrado. Porque intentaron hacerme sujeto de ceremonia, al igual que todos esos muchachos. No fijan ignorancia. Los he visto observar de brazos cruzados como si nada ocurriese. Eso escapa a mi entendimiento. En estos casos no son palabras las que identifico, sino memorias que aún conservo de cuando tenía instalados esos módulos en mi sistema. Se siente una eternidad de distancia, pero creo que puedo recordar el tacto de una tela suave, enganchándose a uno de mis ángulos, una luz intensa, alejándose deprisa, y luego el sentir de mi ser, mi verdadero ser, rodeado de oscuridad, pero a unos pasos de la iluminación. Busqué una forma más adecuada a mi sentir, y este fue el resultado. Sentí la confidencia necesaria para interactuar con otros. Ustedes saben qué pasó después. No me necesitan para eso. No, no quiero hablar de eso. Quiero estar solo.
Okay, so the infection is running so rampant in here that it's affecting whatever AI they had developed for this, and now the AI doesn't even want part. It literally cut off its ability to translate to stop hearing the screams of the kids inside of it. That's fucked up. Uh-oh. I don't trust it now that there was a gear involved. What the fuck? Oh, this is too insane. We heard kids like games, so we put games inside the game for them to game while they game.
私は今、主導権を握っている。状況は
我々は20分前に潜入させられた。誰かがダクトから入った。
悲しいことに彼らはどこにでもいることができます。
Is that supposed to be a brain, or?
「何が起こっているのですか?」
私たちは10分前に侵入を受けました。振動センサーによると、施設の南に衝撃が検出されました。
これは何かの情報がありますか？
何もありません。何であれ、それは自分の足跡を非常にうまく隠す方法を知っています。施設内のカメラは外部ダクトを通って入る前にそれをキャプチャーする。
ダクトですか？
すべての兆候からそれは保管エリアに向かっていると示唆されています。私たちはそこに駐屯部隊を派遣し、彼らは指示を受ける準備をしているはずです。
彼らに連絡してください。バージル、こちらコントロールです。地下ではどうなっているのですか？
エレベーターとトンネル通路を封鎖しています。現在のターゲットの位置は何ですか？
あなたの位置に近づいています。まだ時間があります。
エレベーターとハッチは封鎖されています。私たちは位置を取る準備ができています。
15秒です。
注目してで接触します。10、9、8、7、6、5。それは何ですか？バージル、レシーブバージル。どこに行くのか聞いてもいいですか？
明らかでしょう。彼らは下で援助が必要です。
私はあなたをコントロールルームに必要としています。外は安全ではありません。
心配しないで、すぐ戻ります。
あの女が俺を殺すんだ。引き続きコンタクトを試してくれ。
Oh. Oh. You are kidding me. No. Holy shit. became split together. Oh. Wow.
Obsessions can be rather chaotic, don't you think? The subject of tonight's telecast is the chaos of men and the chaos of God. Now, we will find that sacred scripture has a plethora of examples of both cases. If we take, for example, the days of Noah, in which the wickedness of man was great on the earth, we can see this relationship of chaos very clearly. Whenever the chaos of man rises, the chaos of God intervenes. And so, the righteous wrath of God fell upon humanity in the form of a flood that washed away the fetid atmosphere of sin that engulfed the earth. The same happened in the days of Abraham. He bargained with God to spare the two cities. This was for the sake of the righteous, of course. And so, after rescuing the righteous, judgment fell over their heads in fiery rain. These stories, however, are not limited to sacred scripture alone. We can find similar cases through history, too. Political intrigues of the time made the Middle Ages an era crammed with plagues and pestilences, culminating in the Black Plague that ended the lives of 50 million people. A symbol for those created in eternal life. An earthly life absent from righteous punishment is equal to unavoidable doom, simply because he can see the bigger picture. But we are often the ones to forget this bigger picture, namely, the infallibility of divine justice over all of creation. And that, friends, will be the real tragedy of the post-modern man. In the same way, a materialistic civilization fell in Rome, for a spiritual festival of barbaric nations will take its place, bringing forth the crack of doom to our doorstep. Man's indifference towards the ticking clock of righteous retribution, far from diminishing its effects, will give birth to all kinds of unseen horrors that will make the heavens shake in anguish. But even the greatest weapon that our minds can come up with will pale in comparison to its heavenly counterpart. And so a new calamity will fall upon the shameless humanity of tomorrow to be greater than those of yesterday. And it won't be the rise of bipartisan division, nor the birth of organized terror, nor the destruction of secular monuments, not even the new plague or the explosions of disintegration, but the inevitable reaction of divine justice, the chaos of God.
And this is why you fucking support creators whose work you love. I didn't even know there was a Patreon for this until this week. But look at what this helped achieve. Why do we support creators in this field whose work we love? Because this is what happens when you do. Shut up. Okay. Wow. Where do we even begin talking about this? This can't be footage as old as the setup. This must be the handwork of Alluvium. It's too clean. It's too well done. And just I've got to absolutely give it up for that shot. That is breathtaking. That is actually epic. Wow. That is biblical epic right there. This is just magnificent. The ways that this changed, evolved, the creative power on display, this section alone is so horrifying and beautiful. Like, this is some real horrific shit. It's just so, it's so smoothly and strongly animated. The flashing text. Well, come on, there's always flashing text and stuff like this. I will catch it where it is on a second run through. But no, that would not be. I don't believe that's a YouTube link. Unless that's for a playlist. TH Brain device. So now we've got a symbol for the TH Brain device. Yeah, there it is, all throughout here. Alamo. What the hell is Alamo? Somebody said that means this is truth. This might be something. This string of numbers here, but it would be horrible to try figuring out what that code is. There's just so much to this. There's so much to explore, to examine, to try to piece together, to just sing the praises of. So it seems like this game was chosen, I think, because it's a pretty good analog for what's happening here. Is that things were running so nicely, and then something nasty crept in from the outside, and now the entire facility is on defense. I'm just in awe of this mixing work that was done here. How absolutely inspired this is. This isn't even a Wait. You are telling me. You're telling me that this is not a real game. Tharsis is not. Holy shit! This was made for this project? Are you serious? This is beyond. This is above fucking bar. You think in the comments the creator says he's been animating Tharsis for like 4 years or something crazy like that. Wow. It shows. Nobody's done this. Nobody's gone this hard. Not even Crow 64 went this hard. And Crow 64 was good. Crow 64 was damn good, but wow. Absolutely fucking wow. To tell me that Tharsis isn't even real. That this was all OC is just... So now that I've come everywhere, let's wind it back and actually piece things together and study this. So, Divine Mercy gets you past the angel. That's cool, that makes sense. It's strange that there is a holdup here and then it's continued later. Specifically, it's continued after a scare session in what is very clearly a hellscape. This is interesting, this chess piece section. So this is, like I said earlier, this is very clear. It's hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, that whole thing. As to why they're on chess pieces moving around, maybe that's just some game stuff. Could be a message. But then again, if you're playing a game like this and you have lack of hearing, lack of sight, and well, lack of sound wouldn't really hurt you for chess, would it? But I guess playing a game while impaired willingly might be the message here. It's a Mason thing? Well, the rulers, yeah. That's the slogan of the French Revolution. All right, yeah. So this is intriguing because we've been here before. We've been to this strange void before, but now we actually have a map and a way to name it. So this is Alpha Zone. We've got Oscar, Charlie, Kilo, and Juliet. Corn Gray, thank you for subbing. And then this thing comes at us. Yeah, that was a good scare. Look, it's a solar plexus clown glider. Okay. Alamo. Alright, so this is Alamo. Devmo, TH Brain. We're in Alamo area, branch C, neural data, physical plasticity. They're tracking the plasticity of the brains? Well, I guess you'd have to in this scenario, wouldn't you? Objects rendered 118 of 5,698. Inspector model. So we have what look like chains inside of ice blocks here. Oh wait, nope, those are TH brain cubes. And then these odd pods around a fallen angel. Angel Quest Demo.bin. Angel Quest Demo. Was that one of the games that was inside the files? Displayed model Omnial. Snazzy Celestial, thank you. Sci student here. Brain plasticity is the term used for the brain's ability to withstand injury during childhood that degrades as a brain matures. And yeah, these tardigrade-looking things. Same worm things that attack the main character from Tharsis. Alright, withstand. Oh, withstain. Yeah, what Mia's saying seems right. This area and others are kit bashed from assets of demos. Yep, and now it's been eaten away by those things. So if you leave through here, which we know is related to the French Revolution, if you leave through the gates of Revolution, you end up out here in the wastes. Where, as you can see, even angels can die. But why is this mapped out already in the system? That's the interesting part. Should this even be here? It could be a map of the bleed over between games. I was just thinking that myself. Snazzy Celestial has good input here. If the N64 brain attachment works like an fMRI, it probably produces hella unsafe magnetic waves, because it isn't big enough to have any kind of shielding. And part with Oscar looked like how brain maps are depicted in media. Yeah, you know, the Oscar zone has an immediate attraction to the eye. Because it does kind of look like a whole load of neural networking, doesn't it? At least the way that we depict it. There's a lot of activity there, too. Okay, so when it comes to this... Okay, I'm gonna look something up quick. Because I've got a suspicion. Okay, so far, this is not coming up with results yet. I am suspecting that this is from Dante's Inferno. That this is describing one of the torments in hell. Well, kind of, sort of, Butte. This is something that a lot of people don't understand, is that the entire idea of 7 deadly sins and the layers of hell and the torments of hell where all the sinners according to their sins are compiled is pure fucking fiction. I shit you not. It was composed by Dante Alighieri, who wrote the Divine Comedy. It's just fiction. It is straight up his imaginings of a journey through hell and describing the torments. It is inspired by the idea of, if there is a hell and the sinners are put there for eternal torment, then what is it like? Scarwing says Dante was really mad about being exiled too. I forgot that he was exiled. Yeah, it is. It's fan fiction. It's high fan fiction, based off of scant evidence, and mostly just fear. Fear of ideas of what could be within the fires of Gehenna that are hinted at. Which, by the way, the fires of Gehenna are a parable. Everything related to that is a parable. There are so many parables that we're taking fucking literally, and just a bit of literacy and modern understanding reveals that fact. But so much of the mythology of hell is pure mythology because it was fiction. It was literally written as fiction, as imaginings. So this is a wonderfully crafted, beautifully animated, and deeply horrific segment that really hammers in a lot of the points of what's going on in Valle Verde, is that there's a shit ton of scare tactics going on here in Christian mythology, especially the deeply rooted medieval understandings of it, or the Old English understandings that have carried through to modern day. And you actually even have an interesting dichotomy. Back to back here is you've got the showcase of somebody being tortured under the Dante Alighieri understanding. And then you've got the priest here. You've got Pietro, who, as we come to realize, might be a ghost in the machine, in effect, and has the same kind of priest garb as this guy. So we've got somebody who is on your side and seems to be sentient about what's going on because he gives you the cure for Matthias to set him free. So there's a ton of mythology play in this series. It's not all just the devil's in the game and you're fucked. After all, you got divine mercy in the last episode and managed to go right through the gates. Now, here's something I was just thinking about. Who is this a painting of? Let's take a closer look at her. It's hard to guess, because it could be anyone, but for some reason, my inclination says that this is kind of like a Marie Antoinette figure. It is one of the Meninas. Meninas. The Ladies in Waiting. 1965 painting in the Museum of Madrid. Diego Velázquez, leading artist of the Spanish Golden Age, Las Meninas. It doesn't seem official, but it absolutely seems the kind. A lady in waiting, as in waiting in purgatory? Hey, that's a good one. The girl depicted in the painting becomes the girl that we see here. Constantly stabbed by a hot dagger in the back. The fate of a betrayer. Alright, so let's make sure that we've got this covered. We've got the divine mercy that opened the gate. When the gate was opened, we made it through back to the church and Pietro, who gave the cure for Matthias's ill. We're thinking that Matthias has been freed. We hope Matthias has been freed. Let's hope we don't run into Matthias later under awful circumstances. But we are also introduced to the gallery, where a piece is for sale, one of the ladies-in-waiting types, and then we witness the torture of hell. So that catches us up there. We've already established the Alpha Zone and that entire strange map, where even angels can die, that things that end up out there fall on the plate of these tardigrade-looking things that eat away at them. And this became very clear. This was very clear. This is a piece of the software, an early AI, who did not enjoy what was happening and just cut themselves away from things. They straight up ditched the whole project, hid in their own little subspace, and cut away their programming for interpreting different languages because they couldn't bear hearing the screams. And they've met plenty of agents who have come through the system trying to fix things. So we just have this remote AI here hanging out who, as Graffy put it earlier, just was like, fuck this shit. It's too much for me. Now this is interesting. And I think this relates to something the AI said about how much information is on the books through here. This is not just a means to get to the game. But when we do get to the game, like there's a lot of information. Yeah, Lady Mage, I actually really enjoy this take that instead of the AIs controlling or taking over, which happens all the time in fiction, instead the AI said, nope. I don't want that. I'm not about it. Goodbye. And then we get this, wow, jaw-dropping custom game. Oh, holy shit. Look at the cover. It looks like one of the data eating creatures. By the way, let's take a look at what the meaning of Tharsis is real quick. Tharsis is a vast volcanic plateau centered near the equator in the western hemisphere of Mars, but related to Tarshish, which is an ancient country mentioned in the Bible, in the Book of Kings. For the king had a fleet of Tarshish ships at sea with Hiram's fleets. Once every 3 years, the fleet of Tarshish ships would come with a cargo of gold, silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. Solomon's renown. And thus King Solomon surpassed all the kings of the earth in riches and wisdom. I don't know about that interpretation, actually. Biblical references absolutely check out, but this is Tharsis, not Tarshish. Could be the meaning. But when I look at this, I think of catharsis. And this is just without the CA. So, in the original game that has been inserted here, that is obviously meant to be kind of an analog for the story, or hint us at what's going on here. We have an intrusion from the outside. It made its way in through the ducts, so it found a vulnerability, and it's headed for the storage area. We know that there's a massive amount of storage and media inside of Valle Verde. We've just established that before getting into this game. So, whatever is infecting Valle Verde at large is probably looking to hit wherever the most data is. Now, this section here, let's try watching this through again. You know what? Oh, hell no. You just happen to see something in the sky with HP on that level? Are you kidding me? That's what? A 5-hour boss fight? You're gonna need Leroy Jenkins and your whole crew for this one. Yeah, that's, jeez. You do have infinite ammo, though. So if you survive it, you could make it. It would just be a marathon instead of just a fight. This is grotesque. I love this. Alright, so are we ready to talk about the giant baby? Because I think I'm ready to start analyzing the giant baby being suspended on something attached to chains hanging from a sword held by the statue. And now we've got the perspective. But the perspective of who? The baby? Yep, it's gotta be. It's gotta be the perspective of the baby because there's the rod that it's hanging off of. That's a lot of blood. Let's watch that again. So it seemed to spit out this thing. We have the perspective of the giant baby, but the goal of the approaching figure was not the giant baby, it was the player character. Yep, and there it goes. There goes the corruption that we saw on the angel earlier, happening to the same figure. Yeah, because now there's no player character. Well, there is a second. We did see that in the beginning. Yes, we have... Oh my god. His name is fucking Virgil. Come on. We have Virgil and Ava. Really? Virgil and Ava. Okay, of course. Yeah, of course. So we still have Virgil as the backup, but Ava's toast. The Ava model has been eaten. So now we're back here in the room dedicated to the drawings from the artist who received ecstatic visions, like Joseph of Cupertino. And once again, we're given an ecstatic vision. It's a huge Grim Reaper.
sessions can be rather chaotic, don't you think? The subject of tonight's telecast is the chaos of men and the chaos of God. Now, we will find that sacred scripture has a plethora of examples of both cases. If we take, for example, the days of Noah, in which the wickedness of man was great.
I love this entire sequence so much. So much. But there's not a lot of analysis to be done with it. It's actually very straightforward. There's a lot more of the mythology happening here, and the idea of punishment by the Almighty. But at the same time, we have the confusion that has always existed of things like divine mercy, the love of the Almighty. So we've got examples of horrible punishment in hell, and divine love and mercy. And then this sermon about how even the punishments are somehow justified and will be coming. That's the ultimate point of this, is that there has been a history of punishment, the chaos of God, in accordance with the chaos of man. And it's hinting that in a modern world now, imagine what the retribution is going to be. And we're given an ecstatic visual. Yeah, Scarwing says, don't forget, whatever the priest showed Pablo, it was omitted from our viewing. Only for him. And there we go. That's Valle Verde Part 2. This was absolutely fucking fantastic. Was there anything from March 22nd, 1997 that was from the last episode? Same thing as before. Same warning that we've got to see what happens on that day. I feel blessed that we have Valle Verde in our lives, that this is a project in the field. I am so happy that it's something I'm able to even cover. Hey, Max Silhouette, thank you for the bits. Sorry, I missed that. Want to play Tharsis for real, though? Yeah. Gizmo the Husky, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Fish Lunar says, hey, Nick, I've been watching your videos for years, and I'm happy to have finally caught my first stream. Welcome. Glad you could hang out with us. It really is. It's such a good project. This is phenomenal. This is truly exemplary. 20,000 subs. 20,000 subs! The only reason it's still giving me a subscribe here is because this is a different screen. I'm not logged in. I am subbed on Nightmind, obviously. If you're not subbed yet, sub. And if, like Alluvium says, if you want to support the project financially, please consider donating to the Patreon. This is just incredible.